Recently, James Gunn revealed that despite the fact that Disney and Marvel Studios said okay to the final cut of Guardians of the Galaxy that he handed in, he still believed that they would make some cuts to the final version, specifically cutting out the F-bomb. So make no mistake about it, when a director hands in their final cut, despite the fact that it's their final cut, the studio can still interfere, and many times over the course of, well, film history, this has happened countless times. One of the best examples I can always give is Blade Runner. Just look up what happened with that in case you don't know. Either way, though, there's a great moment in Guardians 3 where the first F-bomb in the MCU is dropped, and it's Star-Lord trying to tell Nebula to open the door. He gets so frustrated, he says, "Open the effing door," and it's not beeped, it's the first F-bomb in the MCU. And he says the reason that he was worried is this was never in the script, and it just sort of happened organically when they were doing it. That was the best cut out of anything. He kept it in there, and he revealed that Marvel initially did not want it in, but he fought for it to stay in and kept it in his final version of the film. He said he really believed by the time the final version was screened, it would be cut, and ultimately some other scenes would be cut or shortened as well, because he just believed that Marvel would not include those under Disney's supervision. And he said he was legitimately surprised because they kept everything in there, including the F-bomb, which to him was the most shocking part. He even says that despite the fact that Disney was like, okay, we'll keep it in there, he was still worried up until literally the film was shown off. And he thanked Disney for it, saying that it's just one of these things where it just kind of happens, and he feels grateful that they let him put out the film that he wanted. And this goes all the way back to things we've heard before. If you guys remember, when it came to Infinity War and Endgame, there was multiple attempts made to have Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man drop an F-bomb. But they kept saying no. It's not going to happen. We're not doing it. Here they allowed it. And I think this, personally, in my opinion, felt more in line with what was going on in the film. And the Star-Lord was just getting very frantic, and he didn't know how to express his anger and how he wanted Nebula to just hurry up, so he drops it in there. It works perfectly. Having Robert Downey Jr. say it just because, oh, it's Robert Downey Jr., he kicked off the MCU with Iron Man, or Nick Fury because you're expecting it because it's Samuel L. Jackson, kind of feels a little forced in my opinion.